Hey guys, it's Fuber Dudes, and today I'm just going to do a quick review on the masterpiece MP-13 Destron Communications Soundwave. So I know this figure came out a long time ago, and I know I've had this figure for quite a while, and I finally summed up the courage to do a review for this figure. So already looking at the box, you got a nice art picture of Soundwave, and you got Laserbeak and his tape deck mode. Destron Communications. Destron is the Japanese term for Decepticons. And so you got that. You have some stuff I can't read. You have Takara, and you have the Masterpiece logo. So coming around to the top and the side, you got the Masterpiece logo. So coming around here, you got a nice picture of Soundwave himself. So there you have that. And coming to the back, you have a description of what Soundwave looks like and what he comes with. So here's his actual size, and there's Laserbeak's actual size, and so it shows the G1 cassettes here and the Masterpiece Laserbeak. And you got various accessories and more Japanese, I believe. So that's cool. Coming to the bottom, you got some more Japanese, and you got just again a run over the accessories. Masterpiece logo, same logo right here. And that's about it for the box. So without further ado, we will check him out. Okay, so here we have Soundwave ready to be reviewed. So right off the bat, I'm just going to say that his tape deck mode looks awesome. It is sweet. It looks just like the cartoon. And it has a pretty good homage to the actual G1 cassette. Unfortunately, I don't have a G1 Soundwave. I did, but I sold it for some weird, dumb reason. So I'm afraid I can't do a size comparison with that. But for a size comparison that I can do, I'll set him off here. Here he is with, his landing gear was now Masterpiece Starscream. And yes, I will do a review on him. So there you have them two stacking up against each other. Starscream's extremely long, so actually there's one episode where Soundwave attached to Starscream like under here somewhere, just like Megatron did, but anyway. They didn't really fly together anyway, and whenever he flew, it was always in robot mode, so this is kind of obsolete right there. So, there you have that. And here he is with the Classics Jetfire. I took all of his chrome off because I didn't want to scrape it or anything, but yeah. This is kind of random, but just to get an idea. He's about the size of Starscream, so he's fairly big too. So there you have that. Here he is with Toy World's B. That's how they look together. About a pretty bad scale, but yeah, whatever. He's a giant tape deck. So yeah, there's the scale. Not really a whole lot that you can scale this guy with, but whatever. And one thing you might notice that is kind of disappointing is a defect right here. As you can see, it's longer here, and there's no colors here. The grooves are there, and everything's there. Actually, I don't know how well you can see that, but I'm going to zoom in here. And so you can kind of see what's going on right there. So that's really unfortunate. In fact, I'm thinking about selling this and replacing him, but I don't know. I got this thing brand new, and yeah, I don't know. Maybe they didn't check the packaging. Maybe, I don't know, they just forgot to paint it or something, but mine has a defect. Not all of these has a defect. I've owned a previous Masterpiece Soundwave that I had before this, and I had to sell that due to different reasons, and I bought this one, so yeah, I don't know. I've kind of gotten over it, because I don't display him in tape deck mode, I display him in robot mode, and it doesn't really show in his robot mode, so yeah. So, let's just get down to a few of the features that he has in tape deck mode. The first one that's obvious is you press this chromed out button down and it does open, and it's very nice actually, and then just closes back up just like that. So he has a switch here that goes up and down. His buttons here press, not the middle ones, only these two. So they have that. You have a record / battery, I think that's like a charging light or whatever. You got a porthole right here, which is very reminiscent to something he did in the G1 movie, where Laserbeak was spying and Megatron told him to replay his findings. So yeah, there you have that. This is a volume nub. It doesn't roll very far, but it does roll. or move. And then you got nice detailing here, nice ports. They don't really work, but they're really good for display. Back here, it's kind of choppy. You got this thing kind of filling in this hollow area down here. These are supposed to be his batteries, but obviously this is his gun and this is his shoulder cannon. So on the bottom, pretty ugly still, but no one looks at the bottom anyway. So come around to the side, you still got the ports and then of course the switch. And on the top, you actually have a porthole right here for headphones. So they modernized this guy. So here are my trusty Apple headphones. So coming into the hole right here, they plug in just like that, and you can look like you're rocking out to sweet 80s music with cassettes. So that's really cool. Oh, it doesn't want to come out. Yep, there we go. So that's a really cool touch. That's one of the things I like about this, is just the realism they give these masterpiece figures. So now we're going to move on to his cassettes. So moving him off over to the side. And as you saw in the box, he did come with Laserbeak. So here's Laserbeak, really cool, really G1 looking. His wing is off though. Anyway, his cassette mode looks extremely well done. You got nice red here, you got nice silver and black. Just overall really good. It looks just like a cassette from the front. You got nice Decepticon logos up there. On the back, you can see his head and whatever, but whatever. So what you can do actually is you can press this button and you can just slot him right there and close this up, and Laserbeak is right in there. So that is pretty cool. That is exactly what his G1 toy did. So yeah, rule of thumb, any G1 Soundwave has to be able to carry cassettes. That's just the way it works. So you can eject it and he can fly out and he can transform. And speaking of transformation, we're just going to transform him real quick. So what you want to do first, there's a hole right here. I don't know if you can see. It's kind of blocked up by his head, but there is a hole, and that is part of his head. So you want to stick your thumb in there, you push it up just enough, his beak will raise up right there. And so you can put your thumb under here and raise up his head. So there you have that. And a nice head sculpt, and I'll get into that later when we're finished transforming. So next what you want to do, you can flip up his thrusters, just like so. They're on a double hinge joint. And then you can rotate up his fins. So you have his thrusters done. Next, you can rotate his feet down. They were like this, so what you want to do is just kind of rotate like this and then push it down like so. Same thing on the other leg. And then for the wings, you take this and you fold it out, and you do that over here as well. And then to finish it off, you just rotate them back. And then straighten everything out. And they have Laserbeak, and he looks really good. I really like the way Laserbeak looks. So I'll zoom in here, coming in close. Really, really nice sculpt, and the head sculpt is amazing. It looks just like the G1 cartoon Laserbeak. Very, very, very nice figure for Laserbeak here. And you got some nice detailing back there. And even though this thing is actually pretty small, it's actually smaller than the G1 Laserbeak. I'll tell you that. I don't have the G1 Laserbeak. Again, I sold it. So, unfortunately, I was unsmart and sold a really cool G1 figure. So, anyway, articulation-wise, you can kind of move this forward due to transformation. You can move this down, so like you can get him in like a vulture pose. Kind of like that. That's kind of cool. His feet do rotate and kind of come down like that, so he can stand up like this, looking up. So you have that, and then his head is on a double hinge on his neck. And so that's pretty much the articulation for this guy. And another really cool thing that he comes with is right here, you can probably see kind of a rectangular shape. If you push your thumb down right here, it lifts up the camera that you saw in the G1 movie. Very, very cool touch. They didn't have to do that, but they did, and it just makes this figure that much cooler. So that is extremely cool. So zooming back out. Very, very, very cool. I really like what they've done here with Laserbeak. So for now, I'm just going to set Laserbeak off to the side. And one thing I did forget to show you is if you push this down, in here, there's a back sort of wall thing. And you can push that back 2 notches. 1, 2. And so it's all the way back there. And you can just close this up. And you can fit 3 cassettes in there. I don't have the 3 cassettes. I will do that in a later review with the Masterpiece Rumble or whatever. But you have a switch back here, and you push it down once, and it came forward once. And then you push it down again, and then it came forward again. So that's really cool. And it's a really innovative way to make sure that Soundwave stores all of his cassettes. So that is just awesome. So, now that we're done with all that, let's get down to transformation. Now this guy's going to get very tall, so I'm going to have to adjust my camera pretty soon. But the first thing you actually want to do is coming around over here. You want to... Oh, wait. One thing before we do the transformation. I forgot. This thing you can unpeg, and you can tab into here. So they have that. I'm just going to take this off and set this off to the side. So anyway, the first thing you want to do is you can pull this piece out, and it rotates on a very heavy ratchet joint, just like that. And then you can fold his foot up, just like so. Coming around to the other side, do the same exact thing. Pull it out right here, rotate it on those heavy ratchets, and then you can fold up his foot. Okay, so coming around to the front, next what you want to do is kind of detach his legs. They were pegged in pretty heavily to the sides right there. Are two tabs right here. So you just pull this and fold it all the way down, and then you can extend it, and it clicks, and you can tell when it's fully extended when it clicks. And there is a button here that if you push it down, it goes right in like that. So you fold them out just like so. So now what you want to do is you kind of rotate these down, and this is getting out of camera. So I will set him down, and I'll have to raise. There you go. Now you can see what I'm doing. So you just fold these down like so, and this is clicking. And then you just rotate these this way. And so what was a mess of legs is now starting to take shape. So you just fold his feet down like that. And there you have his legs almost done, but then you want to rotate this like so. And then there's a tab right here and a hole right there. And so you just push this down, and there you go. Same thing over here, you rotate it like that, and then you push it down, and the legs are pretty much done. So he's starting to get pretty tall here. Next, what you want to do is you want to fold this piece up, and then you can push it down like so, and then fold these together, and then push it and kind of pull it under. And I don't know if this thing came down all the way. Yep, there we go. Alright, so you just push this thing under, and then coming back here, these fold up just like that, and that kind of holds and locks that whole crotch piece into place. So, and then you want to push this forward like, there you go. I hope you saw that pretty well. But you just push his whole torso forward. So next what you can do is you could rotate his arms forward, and they kind of click into place. And I'm going to need to raise my camera again. So there you go. Next you can come back here, and then you can fold these flaps down flush against the back of his shoulders. You can take this off. This turns into his blaster. Then you can take this up, fold it up, and then rotate it all the way around until it comes like that. And then you can take his hands, and you can rotate them out, just opening these compartments right here. And this hand does not like to come out, but there we go. Yeah, it kind of feels like it gets stuck in there. So yeah, now he's like the headless horseman. So to finish it off, there's a tab back here, or kind of a bit that you pull back, kind of like this, and then you see his head in there. You just rotate it up until it comes all the way up like that, and then you can just close this back up. And ladies and gentlemen, there is Masterpiece Soundwave, more or less, and he looks great. He is one of the best Masterpiece figures to have ever come out, and I don't know how you could disagree with that. This thing just screams G1 Soundwave. I mean, it looks just like the cartoon incarnation. It is so wickedly cool. I don't know. The red eyes, the head sculpt, and actually I'll get in close on the head sculpt. It's my lighting's creating a cool little shadow on his face. Holy cow, that is awesome. I love this figure. It is so cool. It's just so unbelievable how cool this figure is. So, yeah. I can't say enough for how cool this guy is. You got a nice Decepticon logo right there. And you probably never saw that in the cassette mode, but yeah, very cool. And for articulation, actually, you can take his head and you can rotate it like so. It rotates at 360. And it's not a ball joint because he can't rotate like side to side like that, but he can look up, he can fairly look down pretty well. And there's all the articulation in the head. His shoulders rotate up right there, and then right here it goes up like that, so we can have a really, really high sort of reach. I don't know. And all that's meant so he can push this button. And so he does rotate at the bicep, he bends at the elbow, and he can do a full elbow bend, which is really nice because it's a double hinge. And then he does rotate at the fist, and his fingers do open. His pointer finger is the only individually articulated finger. It's articulated at 2 points, kind of right here and here. So he can point at you, you can fold these down and point. The thumb doesn't move at all, which is kind of unfortunate, but he can point at you, he can point at Laserbeak, he can point at everyone. So there's the articulation in the hand. He has a waist swivel. He can kick out at you pretty far, actually. It's got a whole hole right here, so he can go like that. You got a nice ratchet that makes him kick forward, and he doesn't go back very far. What you can do to kind of fix that is you can rotate this, and you could actually rotate this, and then now he has a double knee joint, and so he can bend like that at a ratchet, and the transformation has another bend right there. But on the G1 toy, the black strip was out in front, so yeah, he can break his knees like that. So yeah, that's cool. He can't bend forward at all like the G1 Soundwave, but yeah, whatever. These can fold down, and they have nice ankle pivots. So I don't know why you can see that, but you can get his feet flat against the ground while his legs are slanted upwards. So really nice articulation, as all Masterpiece figures do have nice articulation, except for Masterpiece Megatron, which I have sold. Whoopee! I'm replacing it with the X-Transbots Apollyon, and I don't know how wise of a decision that was, because it's third party, obviously, and I don't know how well it's made, but that's another review coming your way. So if you like the X-Bots Apollyon, if you're excited for it, I'm going to have it in about a few weeks here. So be prepared for that. But anyway, back to Soundwave. Very cool, and you can see the reflection of green from my phone, but very cool figure. I really do like the way this guy looks. Really, really cool. So he comes with a boatload of accessories. So here they are. And you can't see them, but here they all are. And I'll go through each and every one of them. This was obviously on Soundwave, so you can open this up, and you kind of just put your fingernails in there, and you can kind of pull the handle out, and then that pushes this chromed out bit just enough so you can grab it and pull it out. And that looks actually really nice in itself. It looks just like the G1 gun. So setting that off right there. You come with an Energon cube that does open, so you can plug onto his chest, and I'll show that off here real quick once I raise my camera. Just push it right on here, and that's really cool, kind of simulating the whole Energon cube effect that Soundwave had. So putting this back on here, you came with that. You came with this, which held Laserbeak, and I'll showcase this more in my cassette review, but I really do like the way this thing looks. I do like the pink better than the clear, just because it looks more like an Energon cube or something, so that's cool. I'll just set that off to the side because I won't use it again. He does come with a Megatron gun, which is extremely nice. Very well painted. You can take it apart. You can take off his fusion cannon. You can take off the extension, and you can slide off. I almost rolled off my review space. Anyway, you can slide this off if it wants to come off. There we are. Slide the stock off, and you just have the bare gun, which looks really cool. Actually, the detail is really nice on this. So I'll kind of focus in here. I don't know what you can see that, but very nice. I do like the way this gun looks. You got nice Decepticon logos that are really visible, actually. So that's cool. And he has a black barrel, and I actually don't know why he has a black barrel, but whatever. So putting this stuff back on. I keep all this on anyway. And to accommodate him in the hand, you can have a double hinge right here. So that's cool. So coming up to Soundwave here, I'll open up his fist. So you can take Megatron, and I actually found a way so you don't have to excuse me. I found a way to put this in his hand without extending it like so. Like, that's another thing I forgot to tell you was extends just like that. So, in order to do that, you really have to kind of tightly fit it in here. I have to actually put his trigger finger on the trigger, and you can kind of close this up, but it does work. So, I do like that. Most people don't do that, but I like doing that just because it looks more accurate. So, he can hold Megatron. Very cool. And, when I do my Starscream review, actually, I will put this in Starscream's hand, just because Starscream was the one who held him the most. I don't know why, but he did. So, yeah, that's very cool. I don't know why he came with Soundwave, but I suppose if you want a trustworthy Decepticon to hold you, it's this guy. So, unhanding Megatron, or unhanding, yeah, whatever. Anyway, unhanding Megatron. So now coming to another important thing, we have this piece, which actually reminds me of something. I forgot to show off the booklet that it came with. Just instructions right here about how the cassette feature works. And then you come with 2 masterpiece cards. Very nice. I didn't really care much for the cards, but they're kind of cool. They're kind of flimsy, they feel like. They're not hard and credit card. You can kind of see them bending there, but some of the third-party people come out with really nice cards. So coming around to the back, you got the tech specs and the obligatory product shots. So there you have that. Kind of cool. I don't really care about them, but whatever. And then you come this. You come to this, which is a very nice, just sort of artwork right here. Very good masterpiece artwork. Coming around in here, you got the accessories and whatever. You got a nice picture of Soundwave laser beacon. I think that's Rumble. Yep, either Rumble or Frenzy. And then you got the instructions telling you everything about Soundwave. And coming around to the last page, you got his cartoon incarnation. Like, that's a picture of the cartoon. And this must be his bio or something in Japanese. That's where I wish I could read Japanese, because the bio is probably really cool. But anyway, the main point of this thing is on the back. This isn't the main point, but these are all the previous incarnations of G1 or whatever Soundwave. Just, yeah, pretty much any Soundwave ever. So, yeah, G1, we've come a long way from G1. The music label, I believe that's Cybertron. The Fall of Cybertron and Transformers Prime, and those are from the Bayformers. Don't get me started on Bayformers. It's a bad mistake. But anyway, it comes with these technical readouts, and if you put this up here, it fits perfectly in there. There's one episode where technical readouts in his chest area. Unfortunately, they tell you to cut this thing out, and I don't want to cut them out. So, yeah, I suppose you could photocopy it if you have a photocopier, but I'm sure there's images online that you could find and print or something. But anyway, that's kind of weird. But just showing you how this works, you just put it right over the top. It clicks right in. So, yeah, he has a grid on his chest piece now, but you can just take it right off. And the last accessory that he comes with is this little thing. It was pegged into his butt, and it still can be stored that way. But taking it off, what it's meant to do is another thing that was only in one episode, folding in his arm. Oh, I should have done the other arm. Now I realize my mistake, but yeah, whatever. You have 2 slot holes right here, and you have 2 pegs right there. So, I almost knocked him over. But anyway, you just peg it in there just like that, and he kind of has a sensory arm doohickey. So, that's kind of cool. Nice detail, actually, on this piece. I don't know where you can see it, but pretty nice detail on this. So, that's cool. Now I'm going to have to struggle with taking his fist out. Come on. Come on. Maybe I can use Megatron. Nope. There we go. There we go. Starting to come out. Yep. Gosh, that arm is just a pain in the butt. So, another thing he can do, actually, is you can take his arm right here, and you can pull it up like this, and I already mentioned this once before, but he can press his button if you get it aligned properly. There we go. I have it aligned properly, and now he can push down his button. So if you just give a little push of the finger, pretty cool. So that's nice. And then, I don't know how well you can see this either, but there's a transparent strip right here that you can take Laserbeak. He has rivets in his feet. And so you can just plug that right onto his arm. And he can hold Laserbeak. And he doesn't fall off or anything. So that's really cool. So raising this up like so. Actually, I probably want to do it more like that. There we are. He can give Laserbeak his commands. Very cool. Very nice touch. And you also see that he has rivets on the top of his shoulder piece. And you can put Laserbeak there as well. He just fits right on there. Doesn't fall off. Very cool. So I think we're done with Laserbeak actually for the rest of the review. So now for a size comparison. So here he is with G1 Masterpiece Starscream. Yeah, they look pretty cool. I always imagine Soundwave a bit taller than Starscream. But yeah, they look really nice together, really good. Nice Decepticons. They weren't friends, but they're fellow Decepticons, and they look really good together. So taking Starscream off of here. Here he is with Masterpiece Thundercracker. And, actually, we might as well get them all in here. Starscream, Thundercracker, and Soundwave. They look really good together. I did end up selling my old Skywarp, so I sold it in order to, so I could buy the official Masterpiece Skywarp now. So, have no fear, I will have all 3 Seekers completed again. So, yeah, they look really nice together. So, for another size comparison, here he is with Masterpiece Prowl. Fairly decent scale. I suppose they're supposed to be smaller. I don't know. Scale wasn't really that constant in G1. So, there you have Prowl. And while I'm at it, I might as well bring out Masterpiece Sideswipe. Prowl and Sideswipe are about the same height. So, yeah, there's that. Here he is with Masterpiece Optimus Prime. Pretty good scale, I think. Prime is supposed to be taller than all of them, except for maybe Megatron. And speaking of Megatron, you will see a size comparison of Soundwave with the X-Transbots Apollyon. So, yeah. That's kind of, I don't know. I wish that was in this review, but it won't be, so I don't know. It all works out together. And Prime will be in there too, of course. But, yeah. They look really good. Masterpiece line is really shaping out now. So, yeah, there he is for size. And, I can't recommend this figure enough. He is the bomb. He is one of the best Masterpiece figures out there. If not better than Masterpiece Optimus Prime. This is my opinion. This is not fact, because my opinion is never fact. But, I do believe that Optimus Prime, the Masterpiece MP-10 Optimus Prime, is still the greatest Masterpiece figure that has ever come out. I don't have Masterpiece Ultra Magnus yet. I don't have Masterpiece Wheeljack. But they will be coming pretty soon. So, yeah, we'll see. But my opinion still to this day is that MP-10 is the best Masterpiece figure there is. This guy is second best in my mind. He does have a few things that I kind of have gripes with. Like, when he's in cassette mode, the back is just not really filled in very well. And, I don't know. That's about it, actually. That's probably the only gripe I have with this thing. So, very cool figure. I highly recommend picking this guy up. If you're into the Masterpiece series, then he's a must-have. So, yeah, right now he's running at about $140, something like that. I got him for about $120. So, and then there's also the Hasbro version that you could get that comes with Soundwave and all the cassettes and all the accessories. The only problem is he has yellow eyes, but that's nothing repro labels can't fix. So, yeah, I don't know. I can't say enough how much I recommend this figure. He is a must-have if you are a Masterpiece collector. So, I believe that's all there is to say about the Masterpiece MP-13 Destron Communications Soundwave. So, this is Fuberduge. I want to thank you for tuning in. Check out some of my other videos. Please subscribe. And also, be prepared for a few more reviews that are coming out. I already mentioned the X-Transbots Apollyon. You will see Masterpiece Starscream coming your way, and you also will see a few others that I haven't announced yet. So, we're coming out with a lot of good stuff, boys. And also, something that's really cool that's been on my mind for a lot lately that I've been working on kind of silently is a stop-motion version of Optimus Prime versus Megatron in the G1 movie. And I've nicknamed it The Touch just because of the way that music was blasting through that epic scene. But I am working on that, and I've already created a cover poster for that. And I won't reveal it until I have a trailer for the stop-motion short, but it's looking really good. And I'm kind of excited because I think I'm one of the first, or I'm like one of the first people to actually film this on a high-level scale. So I'm really excited. I hope you guys are too. It's looking really good. So and also my feature-length film, which is taking me forever, Transformers: The Return of Megatron, is also due to come out in probably a year now. It would be a lot less if I wouldn't have lost all my footage, but hey, there's life for you. But anyway, again, this is Fuberdude. I want to thank you for tuning in. Keep playing, guys.